Diaries, it's Jessica here, and today I am flipping through my finished album. I'm using an album from 49 and Market, and this album is also included in the February Cherry Box, along with a bunch of other stuff. So that is what I used to create this album, and I'm flipping through it to give you some ideas for when you get your Cherry Box. So here is the album. I have it pretty full, and actually I didn't even use all of the page protectors and craft sheets that I could have used. There's still a ton more, so I could still do another album with all of these. But I decided not to add anything else to the cover. A lot of times I like adding things on my cover, but I really felt that this was just already pretty, and I liked how simple and clean the album looks already, just like this. So I am scrapping photos from my cousin's trip to the Grand Canyon. I like a larger photo on the intro page that I added some thickers over. I like to break up a lot of my page protector pocket pages, and I put them next to some of these full pages. I also love to do shaker pages, and I close these using some cherry tape. So it's just double-sided tape to close them, so it's nice and quick and easy. This look is actually outside of the page protector, and it just helps break up all of these squares a little bit more. And that goes the same for this leafy piece. It's going across the page protector boundaries, which just makes them look a little more organic and less boxy. Along with all the page protectors, there's some really cool craft pages, and that includes this one. And I added some magnets. I added a magnet here, and then there's also a magnet under this page. And this, I could have added more too. I could have added some photos in here, but I decided to keep it really simple in case this was overlooked. I didn't want a really important photo in here, but that's something that could be added later. I like to do a lot of clustering around my photos, either like on the bottom, like this one is, or just a corner of the photo somewhere. Also, for a lot of these, I use the Curator's Essential Remnant pieces to frame around my photos, and those are also included in the Cherry Box. Most of what I'm using is in the February Cherry Box, and then I've grabbed a few things from my stash as well to add to this book. I also decided to leave these separator pages blank. These could also have a large photo or something like that, or it'd be really cute as a pocket, but I'm just leaving them blank for this book. Here's another full page, and it's just really simple. The papers that are in this Cherry Box are really pretty, and I feel like they don't need a lot to make them pretty. Like, there's already so much going on with the photos. So a lot of my pages are more simple like this. Here's an example where it's just a couple photos and then some of the laser cuts. So these just have two different leaves and one flower, and it's just super simple. Also in this Cherry Box is included a 6x6 paper pad of pastel papers. And I used this a lot to frame my photos, and as well as, like, here's another example, or to fill some of these spaces. And you wouldn't think that this collection would go with the pastels, but all I did was I added a little distress ink and then used a paper distresser around the edges, and it looks like it was made for this. Here's a really cool page, and again, I have this title on the outside of the page protector just to break up the blockiness of these squares. I did the same thing over here. This was a really cool pocket that was made in the craft. It already came as a pocket, and then I just added these papers and a little bit of embellishing it down here. These were also in the remnants pieces, so I just distressed their edges and added them in here. This is a place that I could shove more photos in here, or if they have any ephemera pieces from their trip, they could add those in there as well. And I like to use these larger craft pages just to scrap a large photo here and there, and I think having these craft pages is really important to break up all of the shininess of the page protectors, so I really like the contrast. I tried to keep my colors in these pocket pages somewhat similar on each page, so this page I tried to keep most of it all yellow, and this yellow is from that Pastels paper pad, and I stamped some butterflies using a stamp that's also in the cherry box. Here's another quick and easy page, and again having the title outside. These longer 2x6 areas I thought were perfect for landscape photos, so that's what I filled a lot of them with, and I think that just works perfectly. A lot of this, I really wanted to keep it about the photos and put a lot of photos in here and just embellish with all of the embellishments and paper. So that's a lot of what I did. It's a lot of quick and easy scrapbooking, which I thought was perfect for this album. Here's some more pages. I really like doing shaker pages, and I have these throughout the book, and I closed it with the cherry tape, and they're all of the same color sequence to help bring all of the book together. Some of them I put these bugs in, which I think are really cute. Some of them I have leaves in, or some are just the sequins. I really like when I can add circles to these pages, again just to break up all of the squares, because there's so many squares and rectangles, so that's why I love doing that, or I liked having all of these circle sequins. When I added some pattern paper in here, I tried to break it up again by going back and forth with it a little bit, and then I really liked using these 2x2 squares as well. I didn't think I would like using them as much as what I did because they are so small, but you can get so many photos in here with them. And there's another little bug. This I thought was a cool size page. It's 4x8, so it works really good for those photos that were taken with a phone that are really long and thin. And then I just added a little quote up here, and that's same with this page as well. Here I have a shaker that has some leaf charms in it, and then the rest is filled with photos, and I have another landscape photo there. This was a nice big group photo, so I decided to make it one of the larger pages. It was a horizontal size photo instead of vertical, otherwise I would have done it the whole size of the page. But with a horizontal photo like this, I just backed it in one of the pastel papers and then put one of the 6x8 pages from the cherry box in there, and it was good to go. These are some of my favorite pages. When I have another large photo, and then I added the title of the place that they were at, and then this one I thought was super fun. So this is a page that, craft page that comes in with the album, and I decided to round these corners, and I also added a couple magnets here just so it would nicely keep closed. But I have a lot of really light embellishing, and it folds up, but I could fit a lot of photos in here. And you could even fit in more photos than what I did. And then this, in the back of the album, it came with this zip pouch, and in here I just decided to add some of the remnants just so it would look like it would have something in there, but they could definitely put in any mementos from the trip in there. And then I printed this photo twice, so I figured they could use it for something else or could just leave it in there. So that's it for this album. I hope this has given you some ideas of what to do with your album. You have until January 25th to subscribe to receive this cherry box, and after that you can buy these products individually. You just won't get as good of a deal as if you subscribe to the box. So thanks for stopping by and checking out my flip through. See you next time.